Hello and welcome Taurus to your reading in Mars. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising. And I will be using Doreen Virtue's Angel Tarot. So this is my oldest tarot deck. I bought it for a tip I got on a restaurant, and it costed 250 Swedish kronor, which is about, I guess, $25 or pounds. And it was the last money I had, but I was determined to get my first tarot deck as quick as possible. So I used this tip to buy this deck, and it's very well used, and it contains a lot of energy. So let's see what comes out for Taurus in Mars. And I'll take this one. The first card that came out is the Moon, number 18. And it's about things that are hidden, things that you cannot see, things that you know with your intuition, but you don't have any proof of yet. It's also about the double nature that we all have within, a wild side and a more tame side, like the dog on the wolf here. But when the moon comes, I think it's more about, the moon has, this Pink Floyd album, The Dark Side of the Moon. To me, it's got a big connection to this card. Perhaps listen to that song, because there's a dark side of the moon, and the moon has no light on itself. You kind of have to shed light on it to see it from the sun. That's just a thought. There's something that you don't see, perhaps. What else for Taurus? The next card is another major arcana card. And this one too is kind of about two sides of a story. We have the white horse and the black horse. So what is it that you don't see? What is it that you keep hidden? Are you trying to hide a part of yourself? Have you met a person where you fear that that person has like kind of a dark side, that they're not letting you see it? This card, the Chariot, kind of tells us that in order to move forward, because this card is about forward movement as well, we need to we can't go forward with just a part of ourselves. We need to have our whole self with us. And in order to move forward with another person, we need to know kind of both the good and the bad before we decide if this is someone we want to move forward with, if it has to do with love or another kind of partnership, perhaps. So someone is dark horse. Something like that. What else for Taurus? I want to know more about this, why this is important. Maybe kind of a warning if you're about to engage in something or with someone. Try to find out as much as you can, and maybe not trust just what they're showing you or just what they're telling you, but I'm feeling that there's something they're trying to hide, and it doesn't have to be bad, but sometimes people can be like ashamed of a part of themselves. Doesn't mean that they are bad people per se. Or if you're about to go into kind of take a job, or I don't know, start doing something with someone else, like something that has to do with a contract or something. Just be sure that you find out as much as you can. Right? But the next card is Ten of Water. So this talks about kind of emotional security and happiness. So I think whatever is kind of hidden is amongst someone that you know very well, or someone in your family. And as I said before, doesn't have to be that someone is a bad person. Maybe someone has kind of a longing to do something or go somewhere, and they're not telling you because they're afraid that they would hurt you. In some cases, well, there can be a lot of reasons. Maybe someone is adopted and doesn't know this. I don't know. I guess it's for you to apply to your situation, because it's going to probably be different for everybody that this in some way resonates to. But I mean, in all, this Ten of Water is a very happy card, so I really don't think that this hidden thing is something bad. What else for Taurus in Mars? We have the Six of Earth. And this is again kind of a card of balance and of giving and taking. This is something that's going to bring you forward, because you are asked for something, like perhaps a loan, or you needed somebody's support in order to have like a secure ground to stand on. Perhaps you were feeling unsteady, like if the scale isn't balanced, and someone is giving you like a gift to make you stand on your own 2 feet again, and I think it's someone in your family. I'm gonna pull another card to see if we get any more clarity. If the first row was something that is lingering from the past, the secret that somebody has had, it's nothing new. This row in the middle, to me, it's kind of the present. And here in the present, we have Ace of Air. So I think whatever what was hidden from the past, as I was talking about, it will become kind of clear. You will know the truth, because this Ace of Air or Ace of Swords is all about intellectual clarity, seeing things straight. Seeing the truth of a situation, it says on this card. And also a challenging beginning, and it comes underneath this chariot card, which is like this this beginning. And this card was also kind of being able to be balanced enough to move forward, kind of like the chariot card here. So it was something that needed to be balanced in order for you to move forward. I think it has something to do with like a love or a relationship, perhaps like someone that you have known for a long time. I feel like with the Ten of Water, maybe you are married and this maybe you're talking about moving somewhere, or I don't know, having another child or having your first child, I don't know, or it's just something. It can even be like with your with a parent or a sibling or something moving forward. But you needed to get clear about it first. Let's see what else for Taurus. What else for Taurus, please? Too many. Just want one, please. Too many. Use some more Palo Santo. I have to buy more incense. It's always nice to have like lavender, Palo Santo or sage while reading, because it helps you to get into that kind of other dimension, me at least. And it makes me happy when things smell nice also. The next card is Eight of Fire, so this is truly about forward movement. Something is going to start to move forward, like very quickly, I feel like, in the month of March for you. And it says here that delays are over. And the delay was, of course, that you didn't know something, but you're going to find out. And there are more than one people involved in this thing moving forward. I think it's more than two people too, because if it were just like two people, I think it would have been like the Two of Cups instead. But here we have like the Eight of Fire and Ten of Water. It's kind of many energies involved. And the people involved are both like loving and loyal, and but they can be also very like driven at the same time. So I think whatever everything is going to go very well. I mean, this is a very nice reading so far for Taurus. And if you kind of had your doubt about someone that you are in a relationship with, I don't think you need to. If you felt like they had a secret, or you were scared that this secret would be something bad, I really don't think you need to be afraid, because they were keeping it hidden for a reason, and it wasn't a bad reason. And here we have the Four of Fire. Well, this is someone, if you're into like the twin flame thing, I guess this is a twin flame card. Because it's 1111 with these four staffs here, and they are and it's also the fire element. So this is kind of the future, and this card actually says like the successful completion of a project. So whatever you're starting in the now, in the future, if you can cooperate with other people, if you can um, say thank you and be receptive to help that others are willing to give you, you're very likely to succeed. And it will give you like an even stronger foundation to stand up. It will be the beginning of something that has to do with a kind of a safety or a ground that you have been longing for to create for a long time. It's a very strange weather here today because it's been snow on the ground for a week or so. But today it is raining on the snow, and I'm telling you, it was really difficult to walk outside. Not very nice weather at all, so it's a perfect day for being inside and reading tarot for you guys. But can you please give me something else for Taurus in the future? Taurus in the future regarding Mars. Oops, that one flew out. So here we have the High Priestess, and this is a really intuitive. I always think of the High Priestess as a very feminine energy. Of course, you can be a male and be within this feminine energy, but I'm thinking about like, you know, in old England, where and Iceland as well, I think. In the ancient time before Christianity, they have priestesses instead of priests. There's a really nice book called The Mist of Avalon, which is about this, where the women were those who were like in the special connection to the divine. And then later in Christianity, only men were allowed to be priests, and women kind of became, well, let's just face it, it's been kind of like an apartheid culture for women, where we have been less valued than men in many ways for a long time. This is something that we're still struggling to change, and it has even, in my country at least, women are now allowed to be priests again. But whoever this is a very strong person carrying that ancient knowledge, that kind of knowledge that you're not taught in, they won't teach you in school nowadays. This is a person who's very curious about mysteries and stuff like that. And I think when you look at this card, the moon here, to me it's almost like the same woman here, the first card, and this is another major arcana. And this first card here, the moon, talks about events behind the scene. And this high priestess here, she's all about intuition, to go within and to listen. So I think whatever was going behind the scenes here, it's not a given thing that someone else is going to tell you about it. It might very well be something that you kind of already know about someone. I think at least you have to use your intuition, where it's going to be like, thanks to your intuition, that you're going to see this clearly some way. I'm just trying to figure out here, and because it also came under this Ace of Air, which is seeing things clearly. And then comes the High Priestess. I'm gonna pull the last card just to see. This is an interesting. I feel like this reading is probably not for a lot of people. It's probably just for like someone or a few. Sometimes I think the reading is for the person who needed it the most, or for those who needs it the most. There's probably different, perhaps some stories for some of you, because it's a general reading. A last card, please, for Taurus for this reading. A last card, please, for Taurus for this reading. I promise you, this deck, it feels almost like it is alive. And the last card is Seven of Fire, and I really love this card here. Because she's such a fiery girl, and she's kind of standing her ground, even though she's even if people do not agree with her, even if people don't see her viewpoint, she's going to fight for what is right here. The reason she does this is because she has some kind of moral she's convinced kind of by her moral guidelines or inner compass or whatever you like to call it. Something that she knows is right kind of by divine law or something like that. It might even be like a person that you love that you are fighting for. Someone you are fighting for. But I think you're fighting for a lot of people. I think you're fighting for kind of your soul family or something like that. High Priestess, Four of Fire. Future. Yeah, because you have created something valuable or beautiful, other people might try to start kind of to envy you or try to take what you have. But you have gained such strength through all that you have been through, and you have learned to trust your intuition, and you know that you are kind of capable. But in the future there will be, just because you have succeeded, this you can't just kind of lay down and take a lifelong holiday. But if it's truly something that you value, and doesn't have to be economic value, it can be like a value because you have created like harmony in your family or something like that. You kind of have to defend it, and you are going to be that kind of wise person that are guiding your family and others for a while. And yeah, I know you can do it. You're a fixed sign, and you're very strong and steady, and I think you're used to people relying on you. I'm gonna pull some additional angel messages, and this one wanted to come out right away, and the first card was family. As I felt here with the Ten of Water and the Four of Fire. This situation is rooted in an emotional experience with a family member, which we can help you to understand and heal. In your mind and heart, surround this person, yourself, and the experiences with calming blue light and many angels. Be open to the gifts within the situation and allow yourself to feel peace. See if another one wants to come out for Taurus, please, regarding this reading. Oh, 2 cards. I just want one actually. So I guess it's this one. And law of attraction. Each thought is an investment that pays immediate dividends, so invest wisely. You have the power to choose your thoughts and align them with love, peace, and harmony. At your request, we gladly attune your energies to a higher frequency. So this is kind of perhaps like these cards here with the dark side as well. We can choose to be in the light, or we can choose to be in the dark. And after a while, if you try to train yourself like this and think as often as you can, what would someone who loved themselves do, or something like that? What would someone do who was in the light? And your life is going to get better. And the funny thing is that I sometimes feel that the reality outside also manifests more positively in a way when you start to think about it. This is actually a very good reminder for me too, because it's easy to just kind of see problems now, because I think we're in a very difficult situation on our planet right now. Many people are struggling and to survive, kind of, and at the same time we're struggling to survive from another aspect, because our planet needs to survive. We need to have clean drinking water, because that has become a question of who can afford it in some part of our earth. And that's, in my opinion, everybody who is born on this earth has a right to live. And another thought is that if our economic system cannot change that, perhaps we should start thinking about what actually needs to be done, instead of what we can do in our strange system, where everything has to cost and that everything has to be earned. What if we just made sure that we made enough food for everybody to eat? We just build houses to everybody who lives here, or something like that. And within that thought, also did not overuse our forests, our waters, and stuff like that. So I don't know why I'm saying that. But we need to have more aspects than just ourselves, I feel, in these times, and make it like a communal thing in some way. Well, that's just me. That's all for me, Taurus. Have a really nice day, and hope to see you again. Bye.